Konnichiwa and welcome to episode 25 of the Leadership Japan podcast. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. And much more importantly, you are a student of leadership and highly motivated to be the best in your business field. Today's topic, what is smart? Doing more, faster, better, with less, drives our business lives. To survive and, if possible, to prosper, we arm ourselves with knowledge. We go to business school, get our academic passport stamped and get busy, climbing the greasy pole to the top. Along the way, we are successful, and recognizing our individual contributions, the organization promotes us to a position of leverage. They do this through giving us subordinates to help us run this part of the business. So far, so good. The difficulty with leverage, though, is it's a tricky thing, especially when applied to people. Somehow, the theories ingested, the research papers completed, the various meaty case studies absorbed don't quite prepare you for the reality of the human condition. The imperfections amongst people and the challenges which are thrown up are diverse and varied, even down to the hour of the day. Your star player had an argument with their significant other this morning, or have a child or parent who became ill this afternoon, or is worried about their financial position at market close. Consequently, their concentration is shot to pieces. The textbooks were a bit thin on reacting to these parts of the puzzle. Getting the work out requires discipline. However, you notice that some of the team can't maintain the required attention to detail or get distracted and mistakes arise. Sometimes deadly mistakes. How best to handle mistakes without killing motivation? Getting people to comply with your orders when you are the boss is relatively straightforward, particularly in Japan. It is pull rank and threaten hostile retribution. Are we going to get more, faster, better with less through the most minimum levels of imposed compliance with our wishes and desires? How do we foster our team's passion, commitment, innovation, excitement, loyalty, and devotion to the cause? Giving orders and pulling rank are the refuge of incompetent leaders. What can we do instead? Technical skills get us to a position to be able to execute work within our individual capability. The reward for that is being given responsibility to leverage the capacity of others in our team. We may be a total maniac and workaholic, and we pump out 15 hours a day for the cause. 5 of our team, working just normal hours, pump out 40 hours a day compared to our 15. The obvious point about leverage is how to get that larger 40-hour block of available time working at maximum effectiveness. So, we have imperfect people working for us who have moods, personal problems, efficiency issues, challenges that impact their work. What to do? Here are 2 simple principles from Dale Carnegie to move the needle from reluctant, disgruntled compliance to enthusiastic, willing cooperation. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Principle number 25 from Dale Carnegie's Human Relations Principles. Now, this sounds simple enough. However, we've all been educated differently. We've grown up on a diet of Hollywood movies with a heroic leader directing. We have bosses who fire out orders like a machine pistol. We expect to be told what to do, not to suggest what we should do. Now, we are the boss, and we have to overcome our own bias to give orders and our Japanese team's bias that they passively receive those orders. When we first implement a new skill, we are rarely perfection personified at the start. So, first thing, we should cut ourselves some slack and not be too tough on ourselves when trying these new Dale Carnegie principles for the first time. Also, give your team some margin to get used to this novel approach. When the desire to give orders bubbles up automatically from within, whoa, resist the urge. Instead, mentally intervene and switch the statement, I want you to do this, to, what do you think we should do about this? Don't expect answers to instantly gush forward. Japanese subordinates may be shocked to be consulted, puzzled by this deviation from orthodoxy, or suspicious of your boss motives. After asking the question, remain absolutely silent. Do not attempt to fill the vacuum with sound from your side. Just smile and wait. If you get a reply such as, I don't know, mention you are not sure what is best either. That is why you are consulting with them. Ask them what in their experience so far has worked well. Again, revert to tomb-like silence and wait. Patience will be rewarded, and eventually they will venture forth a modest, safe suggestion. It may need some additional ideas they haven't considered, but keep the focus of ownership of the ideas with them and not with you. Instead of leaping in with the other items you want, ask them what they think about this or that alternative. Again, ask and then seal your lips together so you can't speak. Bite your tongue if you have to, but wait for their response. Get their response, their ownership of the execution of the idea, and get it every time. Now that's smart. Having gotten them to suggest what needs to be done, allow them to carry out the task, but intervene regularly. Intervene with praise. Use the next Dale Carnegie principle, number 27. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise. Another simple one, which is always fresh and well rested as a principle, because it gets so rarely used. Think about the last time you received any recognition, let alone hearty approbation or lavish praise. It is even a rarer occurrence in Japan. Praise is in short supply in the business world. There are no semester subject titles such as Praise in Business. Given how motivating, loyalty enhancing, and cooperation creating this activity is, you might wonder if business schools might not rethink what they're actually doing to prepare us for the real world. Don't wait for the change to occur anytime soon, though. So let's make the change in ourselves now and not wait. The praise must be real. It must be sincere. Hey, look, we are all experts in detecting counterfeit praise, especially Japanese staff who grew up with concepts such as the ubiquitous tatemae, the superficial reality. Find something they are doing well, honne, that's the actual reality, and immediately recognize it. Become the boss, managing by walking around looking for good rather than for errors. When you find good, specify what was good. Great job sounds nice, but is not convincing. Actually, which part of all the many things they've been beavering away with was the good bit? Pick that out and articulate it. This makes it credible and convincing. Good behavior, once practiced, gets repeated. Now that is another smart idea. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan podcast. If you would like to access more great insights and information, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com.